Good morning, everybody. It's Saturday, the 9th of December 2017. Barry here with you in the studio today, and it's coming up to Christmas already, and my word, it had to come round so quickly. And joining me now is my offsider. Good morning.
Good morning, Barry. How are you?
I'm very well. And today on this show, I'd like to talk to you about calling 000 and when not to call 000 when out in the community. If you see something that is suspicious, you must call the police straight away, and they can deal with the offenders. Now, I wonder what my offsider would think about this.
That's what they're there for, Barry. If you see anything suspicious on the street, the police do want to hear from you. They do encourage that.
And also, if you see somebody that is unconscious, always have someone with you at all times so that the offsider can go and ring 000 for an ambulance, and always reassure the victim that an ambulance is on the way. Would you agree on this?
Absolutely, Barry. It's important to make sure that the patient is calm and is reassured that help is on the way.
And when you are calling for an ambulance, always give your name, the patient's name, the age of the patient, the gender of the patient, and the nature of the problem, and the address and the nearest cross street and the suburb. And always give your mobile phone number so that the ambulance can call you back to obtain further information from you. When the ambulance officers arrive at the scene, please leave them to do their job. They are there to help save that person's life. I think I've covered basically everything on that front. And always be honest with the paramedics when they arrive at the scene, because they do not have time for dishonesty or lies or anything like that. Would you agree on this?
They're very busy, those service people, aren't they, Barry? So yes, it's definitely important to make sure you free up their lines for emergencies only.
And always tell them exactly what has happened, not just half of the story, and don't just confuse them, because they may think, oh, it's not the emergency we thought we had. So please be to the point and brief and stick to the subject. Tell the paramedics what has really happened and don't make up any stories that are not true. Also, you must be ready for the paramedics for when they arrive at your address, wherever you are, and always make sure you have a set of clothes, your medications, everything like that. So what would you have, Liz, ready for me if I was going in an ambulance?
I would have something ready for you at the hospital, so perhaps a change of clothes. Definitely any medications that you take, any information about your medications, your wallet, your phone. In that emergency situation, probably just those items. And then, you know, if you had a longer stay in hospital, we could bring things like your laptop and things like that down.
So always be prepared for the ambulance when they arrive. And even out in the community, if staff are out with me in the community, what would they do if I was gone to hospital whilst out?
They would need to grab your medication wherever it is and your information about your medication and take it to the hospital. That would probably be the most important thing.
And someone to take my chair from the destination where I was dropped at previously.
That's right.
Say like the mall or the Leagues Club.
Yep.
And now we're not to call 000 when out in the community. You mustn't ring 000 unless it is an emergency. We do discuss that regularly here on the show. And what happens if you call 000 for a frivolous thing? Well, you can get fined. The 000 call taken can get annoyed. They can track down your number and even tell you the consequences. And if I did that, I would be reported to the manager, because I know that ringing 000 for frivolous things can get me into a lot of trouble. So that's why I am very cautious. And on the subject of 000, please don't tell them something that has happened when really it hasn't. And here's my outsider for this.
That's right, Barry. Honesty is always most important when you're calling the emergency services.
And if you are calling an ambulance at night from anywhere, have a front light on so that the ambulance officers know that there's somebody home, and here's my outsider.
That's right, Barry. All good advice there.
And what would you do if you were calling an ambulance at night?
At night, definitely turn the light on, Barry, so that they can find the house if you can. Possibly have someone waiting out the front so that the ambulance can see exactly which house it is when they arrive, if you've got that available. And just make sure that the place is well lit so that the paramedics can find their way through to the patient with ease.
And keep any pets locked away at all times, such as dogs, cats, anything like that.
That's right, Barry. They may get in the way, won't they?
And one very important thing, if you are at a shopping centre, allow enough space for the paramedics to get to the patient wherever they are, and allow two-way communication, and notify the shopping centre management that you have called an ambulance, and always stay with the victim and reassure them that an ambulance is on the way. So what would you do, Liz, if you called an ambulance for me at the shopping centre?
Well, we would make sure that you know, the paramedics have access to where we are. We would instruct the paramedics on where we are exactly, point out some landmarks. The most important thing is at that point that they can find us.
So even here at Oceania, if an ambulance was called here, my operator would then direct the paramedics to this room, and that has happened here a couple of times, and always don't hinder the paramedics because they may need to get me to hospital as soon as possible, and here's my operator for this.
That's right, Barry. Just make sure you leave plenty of space for the paramedics and plenty of thoroughfare for them to get through, and let them do their job.
And that concludes today's program on calling 000 in the community, and when not to call 000 in the community. And the last thing today on the program is always have your mobile switched on so that you know that the ambulance is going to call you so they can obtain information from you. And if you are calling an ambulance to a shopping centre, give them the exact address of where the shopping centre is. Example, Warringah Mall, and tell them that the meeting point. Example, Baker's Delight. And the staff must get the patient ready for when the ambulance is approaching. And now looking at Sydney's weather, we could get a shower or two today. And upside of what is it like out there now?
Well, it's looking a little bit grey. It was fine this morning, but it has come over grey now, so we may need to check the forecast.
Well, the forecast today, we may get a little bit of rain, possibly a storm. We had one yesterday, but not enough. And on behalf of myself and my operator, we wish you a very Merry Christmas and a safe New Year. But we will be back for another show, and next time on the show rather, it will be learning how to keep yourself and your family safe whilst travelling on the road. Encourage to wear your seatbelt. So we do hope that you'll join us then for that program, but until then, you have a lovely day, everyone. Thanks for joining us on this Saturday morning, and we'll catch you next time. Have a good day, everybody. Bye-bye.